we were very anxious to be in Northwest Kansas, and we'll spend time mostly with the agencies, with Farm Bureau, with farm and commodity groups, talking about what would you like for us to see, where can we go and learn something, and we'll find landowners and feed yard operators who are willing to share their story with us, so that we can at least get a pretty good snapshot of what's going on their behalf and really on behalf of the country.
We want to drive these from a locally led, what we call locally led conservation standpoint. We want to work with our local partners, soil and water conservation districts, agricultural organizations, conservation organizations, understand what is needed out here, what are the critical things these producers are working on, what do they need, and then how do we adjust these conservation programs. Congress is entrusting, the taxpayers of America are entrusting us with over $4 billion of conservation that we distribute across the entire nation to solve local resource issues. So we need to hear from the local people. We need to be able to adjust our programs and be effective in delivering the programs to the agriculture producers so that they can be economically sustainable, environmentally sustainable, and we as a community can be socially sustainable, because these agriculture operations feed the communities, the state, and actually really the world.
We like to bundle a lot of our conservation practices so that it's not just a single kind of practice to address an individual resource concern. Although we want to try to help folks do that, we want to help them build their entire operation. So looking at programs like the Conservation Stewardship Program that offers incentives and enhancements for people to do and continue the good job of conservation practices that they're doing on their properties. We have the Environmental Quality Incentives Program that really helps build and address those local issues, whether they're soil related, water related, air, energy related. And then we have some of our easement programs that sometimes might come in handy for folks that are looking for a long-term income source or a long-term protection for some of their farms. So we offer just several different varieties of programs. And again, we try to like to bundle things so that we can tackle the issue on a larger scale and address the causes and not just address the problem at hand. What we do with not only livestock production but crop production in Kansas is second to none. We're leaders in several commodity crops, and we're leaders in conservation. As Acting Chief Norton said, we were born out of the Dust Bowl, and farmers and ranchers in Kansas really understand that. And I don't know anyone who wants to not protect their property and not protect that soil that's on their ground. So for us to be able to help address some of those resource concerns, to help farmers stay sustainable, stay profitable year after year is really what we're after. So in order for us to do that, we of course need their help. They're the decision makers in making sure that we save our lands in Kansas for generations to come.